happy hour with Jam and Jubes.
Hooray!
We're gonna, of course, do the annoying thing that's like, oh look, are we actually live? And it looks like we are.
We are?
Cheers! We are coming at you from our new office here, and you brought some beers back from your trip over the summer.
I did.
What'd you bring us here? This is from Limitless Brewing.
Yes.
Cool.
So we did like the Limitless virtual race.
Yeah.
But I went to the Midwest, tripped on over, and that's from Lenexa, Kansas, from Limitless Brewing.
Sweet.
Which is a sour IPA. It's very, very good.
Yeah. So I got the sour IPA here.
Yep. And then this is one of my favorite breweries in Kansas City from City Girl. This is called Adulting.
Nice.
It's hard to do, easy.
All right. So we are. Ooh. We'll give these a little test. Oh, that's good.
Right?
That's good.
Yeah.
Good, like, end of summer beer.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is the end of summer, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Oh. Is it today?
Yeah.
Is it the 22nd is the end of summer?
21st. Is it 21st? Is the. Yesterday.
I never know.
I am just going to check and make sure we're on YouTube. Oh, yeah, it looks like we are.
Oh, great. I can watch it.
I'm going to actually pull up and have the chat. So
Okay.
if you guys can hear us, please comment. I see like a few people in here. Chris Warden, of course, is in there.
Aww,
But yeah, we just wanted to come on, and I guess since it is the start of fall, that means that Javelina 100 is just around the corner. And we have some exciting things, so we wanted to touch base about that, hang out with you guys for a little bit, answer your questions, because we've got, there's a lot different this year, so just kind of like have a forum here. We can talk to our race director over here and assistant race director, Fox.
Tiny Mosh.
And it's been quite a year. We just are starting to get some events back this fall, and Javelina is one of them that got approval for.
Yep.
Thank you for all that hard work.
Yay, thank you.
And we are also have a simultaneous virtual event. Well, it's not technically simultaneous. It's like in the lead up.
It leads up to, and then also simultaneously kind of overlaps.
It caps off.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about that one?
The virtual race?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Start there.
and it starts in less than a week. So September 28th starts our Javelina Hallucinations, which is a month-long virtual race. We've got 3 different categories of running. You can run 100 miles over the course of October. You can be limitless and run as many miles as you want to. Then we also have a hopefuls category for all the kiddos out there. And every single week we have challenges and sponsored games that you can play that kind of just keeps you motivated and keeps you running. And we just want to have a lot of fun this October. So I think it's a kind of a cool way to kind of get the party started, if you will, and kind of start the shenanigans leading up to Javelina.
Yeah, I'm really excited. There's like really cool challenges. There's going to be a live leaderboard. You can see literally where you're at on the Javelina course. So kind of the goal is to do, the 5 loops over 5 weeks, but then be unlimited. So you do as many laps as possible. So you can literally take Javelina further than it's ever gone before. Yeah. At least virtually speaking.
Yeah. And there's badges and things like that you can earn for as many miles as you can.
Yeah, there's so many fun challenges and things going on. So if you guys haven't yet checked it out, if you go to javelina100.com, that's with J's. If you don't already know, you better know. Just click Javelina Hallucinations. If you sign up by this Sunday, you can start with us on Monday, kind of along the journey all together. I think we're closing in on 700 people signed up, so it's going to be a virtual party. It's going to be awesome. I'm hoping to do a couple more of these check-ins as we're going along the way too. And yeah, we just want to kind of kick that off and talk to you guys a little bit more about that, and then also about what's going on with Javelina as well. So, but yeah, if you guys do have questions, I know we have YouTube, and also we should be on Facebook as well in a couple different spots. So we'll probably jump into those chat rooms as well tonight. And if you guys are seeing this, I guess later, you can always comment or reach out to us as well.
Yeah. You can always email me.
What is the in-person Javelina going to look like this year?
I mean, it's different, right? It's different, but it presents a kind of a cool challenge to try to distance people as much as possible, given the mandates and kind of our regulations that we implemented to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. But I mean, if you're gonna run a 100-mile race in 2020, you gotta run Javelina because it kind of ties a bow around all of the that's happened this year, right? And we'll kind of, I think, play up on that a little bit. But I mean, as far as the party, as far as running 100 miles, you can expect to run 100 miles in the desert, and we will support. I mean, we talked about our 8 stations. There's no changes to those 8 stations currently. There's no. I mean, we'll kind of spread people out around headquarters, but for the most part, it's still a party. It's still fun. It's still, coming around the desert.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not no changes, but
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, you can expect, for us to follow our safety plan, our event safety plan. But we want to have a little bit of fun with it as well. So, wave starts and kind of keeping people spread out. Yeah,
you're definitely gonna, I think, have plenty of it'll be more of an old school Javelina is what I'm excited for. When we took the race over, I mean, we had, I think, not even 150 people that would come out.
Yeah.
And, it really feels like, you're just out there.
Did you have a lot of spectators in the early years? No.
No, I mean, you see pictures of the 2008, and there's almost no setup if they start finish either. It's really funny.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always family and friends, a few people here and there, and then there always just a few people camping.
Yeah.
But you could almost just pull your truck up right up to almost where the timing tent was, and just work out of your truck right there at start finish. So I mean, it's not quite gonna be like that, but I think it's gonna have that old school feel. I mean, the way we've spread it out, we're having people start Thursday night, so that'll be a new interesting part. There'll be a Thursday night start, a Friday morning, and then the typical Saturday morning, which I think is kind of perfect for this year. I was saying earlier, because this is a year that the race itself falls on Halloween, so and full moon too.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. I think we had that back in 2009. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But a lot of families, I think, with kids, younger kids especially, it's you kind of have to make a choice, and now you have another option. It's you can come and run Thursday night, and you're done by Saturday morning, and then you can go trick or treating. So kind of sweet.
Yeah,
kind of worked out that way. But we're gearing up right now. We're going into full planning mode, and if you guys are on the wait list or have signed up previously, you should have already gotten an email. We probably haven't heard back from a few people, so check your spam folders.
Yeah.
From Ultra Sign Up, is that where it came from?
Yeah, so there are a few people that we haven't heard back from, as far as who have pre-registered, who have already registered and authorized the race. And then right now working through all the waitlist runners. So our goal for this week is to get through all of those waitlisted and confirmed, and hopefully we'll see a full event by Friday.
We had a question from Graham Lewis Sampson Fowler. How will spectators, family, crew be handled at Javelina this year?
Yep. So with our permitting being limited to 500 runners, they're also limiting the spectators, and so we're lumping spectators, crew, pacers, and it's essentially each runner gets one guest. So they can have a pacer, a crew, or family member. Now, if you're running over a 30-hour block, that is one crew person at a time. So in the case that you were going out on your 4th loop, you have a pacer. When you come back on your 5th loop, then that pacer trades with someone, and then the other person has to leave the premises.
And so is this spelled out on the website currently, or is it going to be updated in the runner manual?
In the midst of it right now.
Okay. So we're just kind of, that's why we wanted to do this, is just to like give you guys a chance to hear it directly from us as soon as we know it. We literally had a meeting all afternoon talking about how we were going to pull all of this off.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you say 500 runners, that's not, in my picture, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not kosher. Like what does that mean?
Well, I mean, as far as like 500 runners, so we are limited by our permit to host 500 people over the course of all 4 days.
Okay.
Right? So we are doing 300 100-mile runners, and they leave in 2 waves on Thursday, 2 waves on Friday, 2 waves on Saturday.
Right.
So we're not putting more than, I think it's 200 people, 200, 250 on the course at any given time.
So it's like 10, if it was kind of dispersed out, it's about 10 runners per mile.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. I already knew the answer to that question, but I think it's an important question.
Yes.
And then also, will there be camping this year, and what will that look like compared to last year? Because like those, it's a tent city.
Right. So, I mean, if you've been to Javelina in the past, you're kind of familiar with Tent City, and we have a whole section of headquarters dedicated to camping, and everybody's kind of like snugged up to their neighbor. That's going to be different this year. So what we've done is consolidated camping and crew areas. Our crew spaces are big enough for a 10 by 10 pop-up and a tent, whatever that might be. So you're going to be allocated a space rather than, given a reservation in some 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. We're going to spread everything out and allocate spaces. So if you already previously rented a tent, a camping permit, then you have a space already reserved.
Great. And then is there going to be any RV spots available?
RV spots are the same actually this year. So that same area as you come into headquarters where RVs are lined up as you enter, we'll still have, I think, 35 to 40 spaces available for RVs.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll have all this updated as soon as we can on the website. Again, if you guys are tuning in, we're talking about Javelina 100, we're talking about Javelina Hallucinations, which is the virtual experience leading up to this year's race. I'm here with the race director, Jubilee Page. And if you guys have questions for us, we're monitoring both Facebook and YouTube. So please let us know if you have questions about either the virtual or in-person race. We'd love to answer them. Chris Warden drinking beers outside the beer garden. I think we're legal here. We're in our own little business office here.
Yeah.
All good. We had a hi Jam from California.
Ooh.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in. Carolyn T, when will we know our start time and day?
You should know it by the end of this week. That's what we're working on. So for all the people that are currently waitlisted, you'll know at least which wave you'll be in. By the end of the night, you'll see a kind of a schedule of events on our homepage that will list all of the wave starts. And then what we'll do is start 10 people at a time. So you have a Thursday at 6 p.m. wave in the 100 mile. Expect to start somewhere between 6 and 7.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yep.
So stay tuned to that website for all that information. Let's see, jump back over to Facebook. Yeah, quite a few people tuning in. Let us know if you guys have any questions for us, for me, for Jubilee. Yeah, we're gearing up here. We're just like, what, a little over 5 weeks away right now? Think you can pull it all off? A lot of late nights coming up?
I mean, I think it's a lot of late nights. I mean, I always expect to put a lot of work into Javelina, but usually, we know the status of the race at least months in advance.
Like a year in advance, usually?
Right.
It's happening?
So to be kind of like sitting on pins and needles all up until a few months until the race really kind of puts the pressure on. But A lot of work, but it's going to be fun.
And to add to it, we have Whiskey Basin, which is normally a spring race.
Right.
And we moved that to the weekend after Javelina. So we're going to go straight from there to Prescott, basically.
Totally.
It'll be a good time.
We're going to break down on Sunday and Monday of Javelina. Vote on Tuesday, very important.
Yes.
And then go and set up on Wednesday, Thursday at Prescott.
At least we don't have like a Friday wave at Whiskey Basin going off. I think we would. There's no way we can really make that happen.
Yeah.
Although we do have to mark more trail this year.
It's a quick turnaround. That's why I'm saying, like, I think probably Wednesday, Thursday we're going to be market trail.
Yeah.
I need volunteers.
And then we'll all collapse the next week.
Yeah.
Right before probably the next event. What else should we touch on in terms of the Javelina hallucinations? So this is the virtual event coming up, starting on Monday.
Yeah.
Is there much else we should know in terms of swag or anything else?
So fun. So you said that we had about 700 people. The first 600 people actually get rabbit shirts, and those are currently now reserved. And so I will be updating the runner pack on the website this evening to the alternate pack, I guess that's what we call it, sure, of the hallucinations. And then also, hopefully, the hopeful prize or runner's pack is adorable.
And that's our kids run.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah. And what does the kids run entail?
So the kids run is essentially 12 years and under. We challenge them to do at least one loop of Javelina, so that's 20 miles around through all of October. So they have all of October. They can do a mile a day, they can do half a mile a day, whatever they want to do. Just something fun to go out with mom and dad or with their siblings to kind of like get them out, get them active, and get the whole family involved. So 20 miles, but they can go further beyond that if they want to. Because we'll have a leaderboard for the hopefuls as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Brian and Aaliyah, so pumped. It's going to be awesome. And any word on elites in the field besides Nick, Kim, and Corey? Pretty much covered it now.
Yeah.
Is that pretty much? Yeah, right now, I mean, there might be some dark horses. We're talking about this. There's always someone that you're not quite sure. You're like, all right, their ultra ranking only has one result, and it's a half marathon, and they won it. But who are they really?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I guess if you're out there and you know someone, wink, wink, we're recruiting fast guys and gals. We would love to see
really
at least a handful of people up front.
For sure.
Pat Reagan is taking a break this year, correct?
Yeah.
So after
as I know it,
repeat, but he's still going to be there?
He might be there.
He might be there.
He is coaching one of our elite. So we'll see.
There are some elite women, that's right. I don't
there.
remember her name, but I know at least the one he's coaching. But yeah, I think the hardest part is the entry list right now is still in flux. So if you go on the website, you can now see the different, like on the ultra sign up and the entrance pages, you can see the different wave times. You can see who's in there.
And that'll start kind of filling up too as we confirm those on the wait list. So
how did that process work? Because there were people in the race and there's like 500 people on the wait list. So how did you figure out that whole mess of all these different waves?
So we've already established the waves and the wave times and how many people will be in each one of those waves. If you registered well in advance, in 2020, we always open Javelina registration January 1st of every year. So if you were one of those individuals who registered early in the year, pre-COVID, you have a spot in the race if you want it. And we gave kind of first pick of the waves to those individuals. If you're on the wait list, and that is post when we kind of moved everything to a wait list, after we kind of moved all of our events to a paused registration.
Like mid-March, basically.
Mid-March. Then we will move in order of your registration. and confirm based off of that. So we go just in order on the wait list. We give individuals 3 options, so you can choose your A, B, and C options, or you have an A, B, and if I don't get my A, B, then I don't want to run the race. We give, I think, a pretty generous 100% credit or 100% deferral to the next year. If it doesn't shake out, it doesn't work this year. So
Cool.
there's a process. It's shaping up.
Yeah, so if you're out there and you've responded, hold tight. We're
You're
processing. It just takes a
Yeah.
while to get through all these and to kind of sort them and get everyone situated. So,
If
you know,
you
we
filled out the
hope-
questionnaire,
yeah, we hope to give as many of you your
A,
pick A choice or
Yeah.
B choice, but you know, we only have so many spots, and I know that you know the traditional 6 a.m. is probably going to be the most sought after. But it seems like they're kind of all filling in.
it is kind of
Pretty well.
Saturday. But I mean, I think the more flexible that you are, you know, if you choose Thursday and you can run it, probably gonna get your spot for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we might even go pretty deep into the wait list for the last few spots for some of those more weird start times,
Yeah.
like at 8 p.m. on
Yeah.
Friday or something.
So
or Saturday.
flexibility is your friend.
Yeah, so hopefully some of you guys have still been training out there in the hopes it's happening.
Yeah.
But again, if you guys are in the chat room and you guys have any questions for myself or Jubilee, we're hanging out here for a few more minutes. Yeah. Let's see if there's any more on YouTube here. We've got, that's about all I see at the moment. You got some costumes picked out yet? We're not there yet.
Well, I mean, I do.
You always have some.
I have some ideas.
Uh-huh.
I do. They're all about, you know, I wanted like a UFO costume that was like 6 feet in either direction.
Social distancing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do want to see some really cool costumes this year. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, it's a chance for maybe a little bit of normalcy this fall.
Yeah.
Or something.
Some creativity, just, you know. Yeah, give it up.
And Skylar's back to DJ.
He is.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. I was like, well, it's 66 hours. And he's like, that's a hell of a rave.
Is he coming for all of it? No.
Maybe.
Okay. I think we need to circle back, and we were going to have an Alliant costume at least at the part of the event.
Who? You and Skylar?
Yeah.
You and me. Me and Skylar and you?
Okay.
Triple threat?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Sure. All of the above.
Couples costume. Triples costume.
Triples. Yep.
Okay.
We've got a question here. Are RSP best shoes for rocky AZ trails?
Oh. Well, I mean, we should probably talk to our lead sponsor, Hoka. One.
Yes.
You're running on
I
clouds in those seconds.
Last year they supplied, there's a lot of, if you guys are out there, what would you guys recommend? What are you running around here?
Yeah.
As far as Hoka shoes, I think they gave us the Seiko Evos last year. Does that sound right?
So, yeah.
Those were pretty nice,
Yeah.
actually.
I wore them all day.
Yeah,
I
I thought
mean,
they were great.
throughout the 30 hours that I was on my
Super
feet. Yeah, it's cushy.
Definitely check those out. Jumping back into Facebook here. All right, we got maybe a couple more here. Matt Repack, what's up, Jamil? Hey, how's it going, Matt? Good to hear from you. Hope you are well. Mostly just people, it's just telling me that people are watching me. Very creepy. It says Sarah is watching you. Jared and Matthew are watching you.
Oh, gosh. Oh. I mean,
Let's see if I can, I'm going to try and go to the Javelina 100 page. I've been ignoring that group, apparently. There we go. All right, any questions from the Javelina 100 page? We got Roberto Lopez, Jubes.
Rolo!
Do you need volunteers?
We do.
We need a lot of volunteers.
We need a lot of volunteers. But here's the thing. So we're going to update the volunteer schedule. We won't need as many volunteers in the
At one
timeframe at one time. Because we're
Probably
not,
similar amount over the whole event, but it's just spread out. Just like the run.
right. So we're going to spread out the volunteer shifts as well.
'Cause
and
in all likelihood, instead of having, honestly, at Javelina, I mean, some of these aid stations, you roll into Jackass Loop 1, there's 50 people in the aid station at one time.
Right.
And that won't be the case this year. I mean,
No.
I'm hoping there's maybe like 5 people at the most
Right.
at an aid station at one time.
I mean, that's kind of what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
Kind of, minimal touch, minimal interaction.
And
but
you as
yeah,
runners,
kind of
if
like
you can be more self-sufficient too, we would definitely recommend that.
Yeah, because previously where we had Rattlesnake, people are leaving Rattlesnake, and then people are turning around and going back towards Rattlesnake. You get this cluster of people where you have 100 people and 20 volunteers lined up, ready to go. That's going to be not this year.
We're going one direction.
Everybody's going one direction. I really need to learn like a One Direction song. I kind of feel like that's.
Sorry, the washing machine. Washing machine is not COVID friendly.
No.
You can't do that.
No. But I mean, it alleviates some of the rushes from our aid stations.
And honestly, like all of the stuff that we're doing, I mean, it's aimed to like have somewhat of an experience while still gaining approval, because that was in question. I mean, there was nothing that was guaranteed, and it's still not guaranteed as far as like our other events after this. So we really want to, do good by example and set a good example, and we ask everyone who comes like respect it, respect the guidelines, and I think we can all, like I said, like once you get out there on course and you're out there distance from people, it's relatively safe activity, and just
I mean, you're still out there running 100 miles in the desert.
Yeah.
But it's relatively safe.
Yeah, exactly. Again, if you guys have any more questions, we would love to answer them here with you. Probably hang out for a few more minutes here. But we got lots of websites to update and all kinds of fun stuff like that.
Yep. I'm kind of simultaneously updating Hallucinations and Whiskey Basin and Javelina.
Yeah, just don't mix it up, the web pages.
Right. So if you see anything about the Prescott Circle Trail on the Javelina, you guys need to just wake me up and be like, listen.
Did Javelina move to Prescott this year? I'm not sure about that. Billy Simpson, how's it going? Good to hear from you.
Hey, Billy Simpson. Is he coming down for Javelina?
I don't know.
He should.
We'll probably see. Is there any international travel yet, or is that still not on the table?
I don't think that's on the table for several people. I know that our good friends in Canada have emailed me, and we're going to miss that contingent this year. I don't think there's any travel across the border.
Mark Frangovic, good morning from Sydney. All right.
Hey.
Good evening.
Wow. We just switched this to a morning show. Hello and good morning. Grab yourself a brew. Let's get going.
I mean, I tried to kick that off this morning, but
I know. I want the stick in the mud. I didn't finish my coffee yet.
Yeah, I hadn't started yet. That was the problem. Where'd the chat box go? It's a mystery.
Thank you much. Hello.
Chat.
Hello.
Yeah. Anything else to share? I'm getting tired. So.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're not gonna hang out with me all day and all night? And
we can hang out on base camp.
Oh.
Great. Yeah, so again, if you guys want to check out and you can't come in person to Javelina this year, check out Javelina Hallucinations. It's going to be a good time.
Yep.
Kicks off on Monday. And then we're going to be doing kind of a cutoff. So if you sign up by Sunday night, you'll be in the first batch of race goodies. So that's not going to be delivered until near the end of the challenge, just because we have to get all the goodies prepared and out the door. But there's going to be plenty of stuff going on, and I guarantee you all the goods will be worth the wait on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, sign up. We will keep sign up open, but if you want to join us for the entire 5 weeks, and have a chance at some awesome prizes from our sponsors too.
Yeah.
We've got pretty much all the sponsors that are normally part of Javelina 100
Yeah.
involved in the virtual experience with the Javelina hallucinations. So there's going to be a challenge with Kadala, then a challenge with Hoka, a challenge with Rabbit, with Squirrel's Nut Butter, with Goo, with Gooder. And I know you guys loved those Gooder glasses last year. We do have a version 2. It's the Javelina hallucinations glasses.
Yeah.
And do we still have pairs left with hallucinations, or do they sell out? We're not sure, maybe.
I think we probably need to check those numbers.
It's probably close, but we have up to 100 pairs that you can get. So the first people that were able to get those are through the virtual race. So if you want to go on and check that out. Other things to look forward to for Javelina this year is our expo experience is going to be moved virtually this year.
Yep.
So even people from home or from anywhere in the world can participate in our expo. And we will have, I think, I'm going to make a promise here, I think some Gooder glasses will be available exclusively for the expo.
They will.
And then some are exclusively on site. So yes, all to that, because they're extremely limited and they went fast last year. So it's kind of an extra incentive to get involved, to get the custom Gooder hallucinations sunglasses, which are awesome. Collector's item for sure.
Yep.
And we will have the virtual expo to be alive. To be a live component to it, but it will be going on the weekend before, the Saturday before the race. And then you'll get your orders shipped directly to you from us here in Phoenix. So I guess with that, if you are still interested in the in-person, go ahead to Ultra Sign Up right now, find the wave you want to enter, and enter the wait list. Because if it's a wave that doesn't fill up, you get your number called. Depends on how many people decline. With that, I'm going to check the chat one more time. And if we missed your question for any reason, please leave a comment below. Gary Roberts, I missed at our beginning. Is there an email coming out with links and details for hallucinations later this week? Absolutely.
Yes.
We'll be sending that out shortly. It will have information on how to track your live runs and participate in all the challenges, and when you'll be getting all of your goods. So keep an eye out for that. I think that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll probably do at least 1 or 2 more of these in the lead up, just to keep answering questions. And
we can probably do this every week.
Every week.
You
Great.
want to do this every week?
Let's
You want
do
to hang out with me?
All right. Yes.
All right. Fox, you good?
All right. See you guys.
Next time I'm putting you in